My name is Danny Andino, and I am a recovered alcoholic and drug addict. I've been sober since November 17th, 2011. My story starts, I grew up in the Woodlands, Texas. Life seemed normal and seemed good growing up. After high school, I went to Baylor University, but I started drinking a lot in college. But I just figured it was typical college partying, but I didn't think it was anything serious or anything to be alarmed about. During that time at Baylor is when my parents got divorced. During that process of them going through a divorce, I chose to suppress it and not deal with it. After college, I took a job for a hospital in South Dallas. At that time, I was starting to look for ways to be able to accomplish my work and accomplish what my goals were at that time. And I was chasing money, fame, notoriety, trying to make my name in the business world. And so that was when I discovered Adderall. What Adderall allowed me to do was it allowed me to wake up early and be super focused and stay up late at night super focused. And during that time, I started to abuse Adderall. I would take it early in the morning, middle of the day, afternoon, and then again in the evening. And no one ever thought that I had an issue or a problem. But for me, in that point in my life, anytime that I thought I had a problem or an issue, I would run to alcohol or drugs, and to not really have to deal with it. In 2010, my life changed dramatically. At that point, my mentor in my life and my best friend was my Uncle Bart. And I learned a lot from Uncle Bart, just watching him become successful by worldly standards and choosing to give that all up to move his family to Colorado Springs to work for Dr. James Dobson and focus on the family. 2010, I got a phone call that Uncle Bart died of a brain aneurysm. And just like that, Uncle Bart was no longer here. And so that left my Aunt Susie as a widow and my 3 little cousins without a dad. And that was when I got really angry at God. That was when I pretty much started shaking my fist at God and didn't understand how a loving God would allow that to happen. My family and friends, they started seeing differences in me. They started seeing my downward spiral. But at that point, I didn't really care. A mentor in my life, his name was Dr. Norman Wu. He was an anesthesiologist that he started to speak life into me. After a couple bad decisions in my life and continuing to downward spiral, my family and good friends decided to have an intervention with me. But I remember that day vividly. Some of my best friends were there, my family was there, and I looked at them in the eyes and said, "Guys, I love y'all, but I don't have a problem. I have a prescription for Adderall. I can control that." So soon after the intervention, it was just a couple weeks later, I received a phone call from Dr. Wu, and he had just said, if you decided that you ever wanted to go get help, I'd be willing to pay for it. I remember getting off the phone with him, and then I reached out to my Aunt Susie, who's the widow of my Uncle Bart. And I remember talking to her, and I just said, "Hey Susie, I've got some big plans and big dreams to be able to be a mentor to those boys and really be a good influence on their life, similar to Uncle Bart was to me." She stopped me right there, and she just said, "Danny, those boys, God has entrusted me with those boys, and I love you more than anything. But the way that you're living your life right now and some of the decisions you're making, you're not earning the right to be involved in my life." And at that point, it was a dagger to my heart that I needed to hear to realize that this was not the life that God had destined me to live. I decided to pick up the phone and check myself into a treatment program. That I decided that I was ready for something different. That I didn't have to be controlled by drugs. I didn't have to be controlled by alcohol. And what I want to do is to help change the stigma associated with addiction. This is a deadly disease that is killing people, that is stealing lives from people. It is allowing people to walk through life with no purpose. My passion is to help people find freedom from addiction like I was able to find. We started Arise Recovery Centers to help others find freedom from addiction like I was able to find.